Hello, Vibe Tribe. Happy Hump Day. Welcome back to the Daily Vibe. If you are new, welcome to the Daily Vibe. Today is Self-Care Wednesday. So, let's get started on some of that self-care. So, let's see. It's a to-do list. I know it's kind of hard to see, but I actually have the meme that I will post in the comments. But, Self-Care Wednesday is kind of, because it's in the middle of the regular, typical work week, I always feel like it's kind of a little fresh thing to kind of just, break up the week with the cards and, the things to think on Friday. So, my cousin posted this a few days ago, my cousin Jeannie, and I really liked it because it's a really great reminder, and it's a really good, reminder for Self-Care Wednesday. So, let's see. To-do. It's a to-do list. Be present. Don't look back, you're not going that way. That's my mom's favorite quote to tell me all the time. And stop looking so far in the future that you miss what's right in front of you. The present is an amazing place to be, and it may not seem that way for some people, but it really is. It's, situations a lot of times are what we make them. When you have a dinged up mental health, or when you're sick or you're not feeling well, it's kind of hard to be present in the moment, and it's kind of hard not to think back to when, you may have felt better, or it's hard not to think to the future when, you're hoping you'll feel better. But sometimes being in the present, it allows us to kind of dig deep and, refocus our attentions on what we should be refocusing our attentions on. So, be present in the moment, stay in the moment, live in the moment, be in the present, be grateful. Gratitude is a beautiful thing. I think far too often nowadays, we see a lot of just ungrateful people. You hold a door open for somebody and they just walk right in like, you're the doorman. Or you do something kind for someone, even strangers. I mean, it baffles me when I hold doors open for people and they say nothing. I mean, I'm not doing it for a thank you. I'm doing it because it's polite, and I don't want to just drop the door on somebody's face as I'm walking in. But, it doesn't take much to say thank you, And sometimes when people do the same thing for me and I thank them, they always look surprised. Well, not always, but they look surprised a lot of the times. And that's pretty sad. We should be living in a society where someone saying thank you shouldn't surprise you. So, and that's not the only thing about being grateful. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for what's around you, even if your bank account is small, be grateful that you have money in that bank account, that, even if it's just enough to pay your bills, be grateful. So that's kind of for me right now. But just be grateful. It's, life is stressful enough without adding more stress to ourselves. And, a lot of times gratitude really can get you through. And, because it allows you to remind yourself what you're surrounded by, the wonderful things you're surrounded by, and how menial some of the other things really are, how unimportant. I mean, adulting is important. Having responsibilities is important, but they shouldn't consume your life. You should go out there and be grateful and have fun. And, the more gratitude you express, the more good energy you're putting out there. And the more good energy you put out there, the more good things that are going to come back to you. When you're negative, what have I always said? It's just the standard law out there. And it's not anything I made up. It's something I picked up along the way. But when you put out positivity, you get back positivity. When you put out negativity, you get back negativity. And if you're putting out positivity and then putting a little bit of a negative spin at the end, it's not going to come back positive, okay? It's going to come back negative because it's the feeling. You have to feel the joy. You have to feel the positivity. And the more negative we get, the more negative things we bring to ourselves, situations and whatnot, or we're just not happy. So, be grateful because what you have and what is surrounding you are amazing things. A lot of people don't, sometimes we think we don't have what somebody else has. Well, someone's looking at us thinking, wow, I don't have what they have, and so that reminds us to be grateful for everything we have. I'm grateful I can do these videos. I'm grateful I have electricity and my computer and my phone to do these things on, and it's a good phone. And, I'm grateful for my planner sitting over here and, the window that I have to look out, So it can be super, what we would consider small things. I mean, the little things to me are the best things. Just as a side note, because it's right behind my camera. I went to Universal Studios probably just over a year ago, and I got one of those little chocolate frogs that they had in the movie. Obviously, mine was not animated and did not jump out the window, but that's good because then I was able to partake in it for about a month because that thing is huge. But they have little cards in them. They have these little, and they're the shape of the box, but they have little, it really is like the movie. They have little collector's cards. Well, I was sorted into, the Hufflepuff house, and I pulled Helga Hufflepuff, and I'm looking at her now, and I'm grateful because you know what? When I was standing there, I was sitting there like, I'm so happy and grateful that I get a card I really like maybe Hufflepuff, something Hufflepuff, and I got her. So, it could have been coincidence, it could have been luck, whatever you want to think it is, but I was grateful. It doesn't matter how it came into my life. I was grateful. So, next one, be patient. Patience is the hardest thing anybody has to learn. Well, at least for me, because I really try to be patient, but sometimes things just poke you so much, you're just like, oh, I gotta fight for my patience today. I really gotta struggle. But, and that's kind of how it is sometimes. I'm getting better at patience. Actually, by leaps and bounds, I've gotten a lot better at patience. But, sometimes our patience is tried. And when this happens, sometimes we just have to take a step back and take a deep breath. I have to remind myself of that all the time, to take a step back and take a deep breath. Not always easy, but, patience is what will keep your vibe running high. If we allow our patience to get away from us, and it's going to happen, okay? We're not perfect. So if you lose your patience, don't freak out. It's one instance. But just for the most part, if you can, try to hold it, try to hold back, try to take a deep breath, try to relax, and just try to be patient. Because that will also continue to help bring in the positive vibes. Because again, when we get impatient, we bring in negative vibes. And, I say vibes, but really you just bring in negative. A vibe is just a feeling. Okay. So if anyone is trying to turn that into what, because some people just misunderstand certain terms, but, it's a positive feeling. It's, when you're patient, you bring in the positivity because, you're taking the moment to process what's happening. So be patient. I will learn that with you. Be kind. I think this hashtag comes up at least once a week, but it doesn't take much to be kind. It really doesn't take anything at all. Kindness is free. And, in a lot of ways, it kind of goes with patience. Sometimes when we're driving down the freeway, at least in California, I don't know what traffic is like in other places, like rush hour and stuff. But when we're patient and we're kind, somebody may be driving like a complete asshole on the freeway. Well, maybe they're just a complete asshole that drives like that on the freeway. Or maybe something's not right with them that day. Maybe something is bothering them. Maybe their mind got away from them. Or maybe they're rushing to the hospital and, they're freaking out because somebody, might be... it could be a joyous occasion. Or it could be something scary where they're trying to get there before, they miss the opportunity to say goodbye to somebody. So it's a lot to try to think about in the moment when someone's cutting you off and almost hitting you, because that freaks me out. But a lot of times, when we get mad, who's the only one getting mad? They can't hear you. And, I'm notorious for, yelling at cars. That's seriously where I need to work on my patience. My patience has gotten better, but not when I'm driving. I'm not bad, but sometimes on the freeway, these people just take too many chances and it makes me nervous. And that's why I think I lose my patience, because I get nervous. But I'm going to make a conscious effort to be kind, to remind myself to take a deep breath, to have patience. And, and again, going back to the first thing I was talking about with gratitude, just hold doors open for people, don't just let the door drop in someone's face, do something nice for somebody, text somebody, call someone, even if it's just to say, hi, I love you, or hi, how are you doing? Or, hi, what are you up to? I hope you're doing great today. Or even just a meme or a GIF or whatever they're called, just, something to show somebody. Kindness can be the simplest act of just saying hi to somebody. I know that makes no sense to a lot of people, but right now in this world where we're locked up and we're not allowed to go outside and really socialize and be with people, when you're in the grocery store, even if you're social distancing and you just say, hey, how's it going? That could make someone's day. This person could be living alone, and they may not have a lot of human interaction. So this might have just made their day, And the last one is be love. That's like kindness on steroids, okay? Be love. Being love is being positive. It's reminding people that, even when things don't feel like they're going right, it's going to be okay. Being love is reaching out to people and making sure they're okay. Being love is, nurturing a child that's not feeling well, or a friend or a family member, and even an adult that's not feeling well, whether it's physically or mentally. But, we know how to love one another when it's family or friends. So let's extend that to one another. Let's extend this to the strangers we don't know. I'm not telling you to go out there, throw off your mask and kiss the first person you see, but, stupid shit that flies out of my mouth. But, just like I said, be love is be kind on steroids. It's amplified. It's like the spotlight is on it. It is bringing just this beautiful feeling to even the most negative situations, bringing this beautiful feeling to even the most negative of times. This has been a rough year for a lot of people. This has been a really devastating year for a lot of people, whether it's people who've lost family to this virus, or people who've lost businesses that they've worked so hard for, or, maybe even relationships are falling apart because people are stuck together and, they're just stressed and they're just, it's like cabin fever, somebody that you're with for so long and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I can't stand you. And that's actually probably not the case. It's just, we're not seeing past the moment. We're just too present in that kind of moment. And, when it says to be present, it means be present, but it also says be grateful, be patient, be kind. And right now, I think those are all the things that we need to be. We need to be present in the moment. We need to be grateful. We need to be patient. We need to be kind, and we need to be love. This is how progression happens. This is how growth happens. Sitting down, listening to one another and not judging what the other person is saying. It's hard. It's hard. We all have our own opinions. We all have our own way of thinking. But, progress is discussion. Progress is communicating. Progress and growth are sitting down and understanding one another and trying to come up with the solution that best works for everybody. And that starts with love. That starts with saying, hey, you know what? I see you. Kind of like an avatar, right? In the movie, I see you. And, I think a lot of times we just took that as, oh, she's saying she loves him. But you know what? She's saying she sees him. She doesn't just see him, or when they say it to each other, they're seeing the inside of the person. You know, they're seeing the either the ugliness or the beauty of the person. You know, what you look like out here does not compare to what is in here and what's rolling around in there and what's going on in there. You know, you could be the most fantastic, amazing person on the outside and be the ugliest human being on the inside. Now, I'm not judging anybody. I'm not saying that that is anybody. I'm just saying that, you know, we all have these moments. I mean, there are times when I have been the ugliest person I know. And I mean just straight up asshole. And you know what? These are things I had to grow through. I had a lot of built up pain inside of me. And instead of dealing with it, it would come out at other people. And you know what? That's wrong. That is wrong. And I knew that was wrong. And it made me feel worse when I finally got my head back on straight. So just strive to be a kind person. Strive to be a loving person. You know, let's practice patience when we can. Let's be grateful for every moment we have, every cent in our bank account, every, you know, drop of gas in our gas tank, every breath we breathe. You know, every fireman outside right now, I'm pointing at my window, fighting these fires that are surrounding the area where I live. And pretty much our state and our county right now. Southern California's been on fire. Northern California's been on fire. I am dedicating this video to the fire people, the firefighters, because yesterday on the news, they talked about one group from just east of me in Norco who have been going 70 days straight in fighting fires between Southern California and Northern California. You know, to the Australian firefighters that came over here because we went over there. You know, not we, but, you know, our firefighters went over there. They came over here to help us when the whole state was on fire. And this is just something that happens. You know, I mean, we get winds, we get lightning in certain places, we get stupid people throwing cigarettes out the window. You want to smoke, that's your thing. I don't care. But don't throw them out the window. Not in California. We have nothing but dry brush on the side of the freeway. You know, I mean, just mind your stuff. So, you know, I'm not going to tell anybody how to live their life. I'm not going to tell anybody what they need to do. It's what we need to do to see and how to help ourselves grow. So, that being said, happy Self-Care Wednesday. It's hump day. I see you, okay? I want you to know I see you. No matter how awful you might feel inside, no matter how great you may feel inside, I do see you. I may not know you. I may not have ever known you. Or I may not ever know you. You know, I'm not even sure what all that meant, but it meant something to me. But I see you. And I want you to know that it does get better. It does get better. And, you know, these are like the rules to live by. Be present, be grateful, be kind, be patient, be love. So, have a happy Wednesday. I'm going to get off my soapbox now. And tomorrow's Thursday. I think tomorrow we'll just do the affirmators cards, or maybe we'll do a meditation card. They're not actually meditation cards, but they're just good things to think on. Oh, maybe I'll save that for Friday then. So we'll do an affirmators card tomorrow. Have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.